welcome you today for this live broadcast. This is another day that the Lord is granting us favor to share together with you the voice of God. And today, I would like to promise you that your lives are going to be changed. There is going to be transformation. And as I pray, let there be revival in your spirits as you shall be receiving this voice of God. And also, today, I've got the prophet of God, the great. And we are ready to hear what the Lord has downloaded unto his spirit, as he shall be sharing with us the voice of God. So without taking too much time, allow me for this special moment to introduce to you the prophet of God, the great. Men of God, I do welcome you today. It's my great pleasure once again to be with you.
Thank you so much, Apostle Bruce, for having me today once again, as we are in the studio again. Viewers all over the world, I welcome you to this special broadcast. Stay tuned.
Today, we are going to cover a deep topic, angels and their description. So, prophet of God, we just want to have a better understanding upon this topic. So, can you just elaborate upon this topic?
All right, I want you to understand, viewers all over the world, that we have got what we call original things, and we also have got what we call photocopied things. You understand? We have got original things, and we have what we call photocopied things. Today you are going to be surprised. Today I bring you a surprise to your attention that your body is a photocopy. You understand? Your body, man of God, is a photocopy of the original. You understand? So let's go to the book of Romans chapter 1. Romans chapter 1 verse 20.
I will read the book of Romans chapter 1 verse number 20. It reads.
That's what version is that?
The KJV.
All right, go ahead.
For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made.
Right. For the invisible
things,
invisible things, or the qualities of God, they are clearly seen by the things that are
understood, by the things that are made,
by the things that are understood, and by the things that are made.
Even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse.
So that they are without excuse. Go to NLT version, go to other versions.
I will read the NLT, same verse, same chapter. It reads, from the time the world was created, people have seen the earth and the sky and all that God made. They can clearly see his invisible qualities, his external power and divine nature.
What people have seen is the sky, the stars and the moon. That denotes clearly what the invisible qualities of God. Then you say, man of God, God has got his invisible qualities that are not manifest to the earth. You understand? But they are clearly shown by the sun, by the moon, and the things that they have made on earth. But they are the invisible qualities. God has got invisible creation. You understand? Go to
For since the creation of the world,
Since the creation of the world,
God's invisible qualities,
God invisible qualities,
His external power and divine nature,
the external, the supernatural power and the divine nature,
have been clearly seen,
have been clearly seen.
being understood from what has been made.
Right. So the invisible nature or the invisible qualities of God, they are clearly denoted by the things that you see today.
That's right.
You understand?
Yes, that's right.
Right. Lastly, go to MSB version. I want people to understand this scripture textually before we go forward.
It reads, by taking a long and thoughtful look at what God has created,
Right.
people have always been able to see what their eyes as such can't see.
They can perceive what they can't see. This calls for spiritual men to perceive what an ordinary man cannot see through nature. You understand? So through what God has created, spiritual men, they can actually perceive what God has not made. The supernatural power of God. Lastly, amplified version.
Amplified version. For ever since the creation of the world, His invisible nature and attributes, that is, His external power and divinity, have been made intelligible and clearly discernible in and through the things that have been made, His handworks. So men are without excuse, altogether without any defense or justification.
But in other words, for everything, men of God, that you see here on earth, if you see an eagle
Yes.
physically on earth, there is an eagle in the spiritual realm. So the eagle that you see flying in the air, there is actually a spiritual eagle that you don't see. For the eagle that has been physically created by God denotes or is a resemblance of an eagle that is in the spiritual realm. The eagle that is in the spiritual realm is the real eagle. But the eagle that is at the natural level is only a shadow of the very eagle, of the original eagle that is in the spiritual realm. You understand?
All
Right. Go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 26.
Genesis chapter 1,
Verse 26.
verse number 26. It reads, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Right. I want the first part.
And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
So the image God created on Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 is not the image that was created on Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. Read Genesis chapter 2, verse 7.
The book of Genesis chapter 2,
Verse 7.
verse number 7. It reads, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
Right. So the image of dust that was created on Genesis chapter 2, verse 7 differs from the image that is like God that was created on Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. You understand? So we have an image that is in the likeness of God being created on 1 verse 26 of the book of Genesis. That differs from the another image of dust that was created by God again in the image of dust. God took dust from earth and he created an image. You understand?
Right.
So the image that God created on Genesis chapter 1 verse 26 is like God.
Powerful.
And the image of dust that was created by God on Genesis chapter 2 verse 27 is a resemblance of the image that God created on Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. God is a spirit, man of God.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
According to the book of John chapter 4, verse 23.
Right.
God is a spirit. And those who worship him, say they must worship him in spirit and in truth.
Right.
So the image that was created by God on Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 is a spirit man.
Right.
Since God is a spirit.
It's a spirit.
So God is saying, let's create man in our own image. Let's create another spirit that is like us.
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep.
You understand?
Yes.
So the image of dust being created on Genesis chapter 2, verse 7 is an image being photocopied.
Right.
It's a photocopy from the image that was created on Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. So we now have an image of dust as a photocopy
Right.
of the image that is original,
That's the spirit.
that is in the spirit. So before you are dust, you are a spirit. So this body you see, this flesh you see, is a photocopy. Anything that is a photocopy
Right.
is pear-shaped. That is why you see this body that has got the bones, the blood and water. It's going nowhere, it has already been judged.
Right.
It's going down to the ground where it came from. Why? Because it is a photocopy of the spirit man.
The spirit.
But the spirit of a man, whether the man was an adulterer, whether the man was a murderer, whether the man was a gossiper, whether the man will not go to paradise,
Right.
the spirit will not be destroyed. What is original cannot be destroyed because the original things, they are in the everlasting world.
That's right.
They are created in the heavenly realm. Your spirit, man of God, was created in the heavenly realm. But your body was created here on earth in the natural realm. But when God was creating you, your spirit is part of the heavenly beings. Why do I say so? Remember when we talked about the three realms.
Yes.
We have got the eternity, we have got the eternal realm,
Yes.
we have got the everlasting realm, and we have got the natural realm.
That's right.
The eternal realm, he has got no beginning,
Yes.
and he has got no end.
That's right.
The everlasting world, which is the realm of angels,
Around with the angelic realm.
it has got a beginning,
Yes.
and it has not have an ending. You understand?
Yes.
But the natural realm, the earthly realm, he has got a beginning, and has got an ending. It has an end.
Yeah.
That is why your body began, and it's ending. But your spirit man, he has got a beginning. But he has got no what? That is why you see even sinners, robbers, adulterers, they will shout when everything has been said and done.
All right.
They are going to hell. They are going to the lake of fire. You understand? But once after they are in the lake of fire, their spirit will not be destroyed. The spirit, he has got no end, man of God.
Yes. That's good. That's good.
You see now?
Yes.
So we have got so your spirit man, when God was saying on Genesis chapter 1, verse 26,
Right.
let's create man in our own image. You were created in the everlasting realm, in the realm of angels. That is why it is your spirit that can connect to God, that can work with angels. It is your spirit that can connect to your guardian angel, not your body. Why? Because your spirit is in everlasting realm.
That's right.
It has got a beginning, but it has no end.
Right.
You understand?
That's right.
So, man of God, your body is a photocopy of the spirit. So, for you to work on this earth, God gave you a body, it's an overall. God gave you flesh so that you can relate to the natural. That is why you see angelic beings and God. They cannot come here on earth and designate a thing or do anything on earth. Why? Because God is in the eternal realm and and angels are in the everlasting realm. So if God wants to do anything, he has to use Moses on earth. When God wants to do anything on earth, he has got to use Paul. When God wants to bring down Microsoft, he has got to use Bill Gates. God cannot bring Microsoft here on earth. God cannot invent a phone or a car. Why? Because he doesn't have a natural body that can relate to what? To the natural, to the things. Because things that are on earth, they were created in the natural form.
That's right.
So that is why your spirit was given a body. So that you can operate on earth. So a man is able to operate spiritually and physically. So a man, God gave a man a higher rank than angels. Why? Because men, you have got the capacity. If you can know the principles, you can be able to operate in the spiritual realm.
Right.
At the same time, you can also be able to operate in the physical realm. Why? Because you've got the bones, the blood and the flesh, which the angels that do not have. You get it?
So, meaning to say, the spirit can operate without the human flesh, but the human flesh cannot operate without the spirit.
It cannot, because it's a photocopy. You understand? Right. So let's break it down now into the gist of our matter. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 6. I promise viewers that today I'll be dealing with angels. We are down on the spirit of a man.
Ezekiel chapter
1 verse 6.
1 verse number 6. Right, we go straight to the book of Ezekiel chapter 1 verse number 6. It reads, and everyone had 4 faces.
Okay, this is we have just started from verse 6, but these are cherubims. Our cherubim, the angels. Right. So go ahead.
And everyone had 4 faces.
Ezekiel was seeing visions. You understand? And in his visions, in this vision, he beheld angels.
Right.
You understand? So he is now explaining how a cherub or a cherubim looks like. And everyone had 4 faces.
Yes, 4 faces. And everyone had 4 wings.
And everyone had 4 wings.
Yes. And their feet were straight feet.
Their feet were straight feet.
And the sole of their feet was like the sole of calves' foot.
And the sole of their feet were like calves' foot. Do you know what a cow looks like?
Yes.
A baby for what?
Of a cow.
Of a cow. Or let's say a buffalo.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes. And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Meaning to say, if this cherubims at the feet of a cow that looked straight,
Yes.
it means they had 4 feet. According to this version.
Yes.
Because a cow, you have 4 feet, men of God.
Exactly.
And these 4 feet, they are for balancing. These are cherubims.
Yes.
And I want you to take note of this, man of God, before you go ahead reading. Right? Human beings, they were created differently from angels.
Right.
Angels, some angels, they're like creatures, man of God. You understand? They are creatures.
Right.
You understand? Like these cherubims, you see, they've got their feet or their feet of a calf.
Yeah.
You say these angels, they've got 4 feet. These 4 feet, they are for balancing.
Right.
Just imagine an angel having 4 feet. You understand? Go ahead.
On verse number 8, same chapter.
Right.
And they had the hands of a man under their wings,
Right.
on their 4 sides. And they four had their faces and their wings.
They 4, so they had 4 faces and they had 4 wings. Right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Verse number 9. Their wings were joined one to another.
Right.
They turned not when they went. They went everyone straight forward. Verse number 10. As for the likeness of their faces.
All right, wait, before you go ahead. Viewers all over the world. When God was sending me with this assignment, I specifically told God that when you are sending me to do what everyone is doing, don't send me. Give me a unique assignment. Give me a peculiar assignment so that I go to the world with something different. If you are sending me with something that is ordinary, that is already in the public domain, don't send me. So if you're coming to this broadcast, men of God, if you're doing this broadcast, don't expect the usual.
Right.
We are coming with what we have never had. This is the special assignment that I carry. Go ahead.
Verse number 10. As for the likeness of their faces, Therefore had the face of a man,
They had the face of a man one,
and the face of a lion
the face of a lion.
on the right side.
Uh-huh.
And therefore had the face of an ox on the left side.
You said the face of a man was on the front.
Yes,
The face of a lion was where?
on the right.
Well, this is an angelic being.
Yes.
A cherub has the face of a lion on the right side, and the face of an ox
On the left side.
on the left side.
Therefore also had the face of an eagle
Where is the face of the eagle now?
and the back.
Meaning that the face of the eagle is at the back.
Yes.
Remember, I told you, man of God, if you see an eagle on the head, it's a photocopy of an original eagle that is in the spiritual realm. Because a photocopy perishes.
That's right.
The eagles that you see in the natural world, they shall perish, they shall decay, they are perishable,
All right.
they shall be no more. But this type of eagle, of an eagle, lion, and so forth, what you are reading here,
Right.
does not perish. Why? It's an original thing. It's an original thing that is in the everlasting world.
That's powerful. So we go on to verse number 11. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward.
Right. Wait there. Okay, go ahead.
2 wings of everyone were joined one to another,
Right.
and 2 covered their bodies.
Wait. So we were having an angel called a cherub here.
All right.
You understand?
Yes.
That has got the face of a lion. Right? This is a rank. This angel has got the face of a lion, the face of an ox, eagle, and the face of a man.
Right.
But we have got angels, men of God, that only have got the face of that have got one face, which is the face of a man. When that angel appears to you, it will only have the face of a man. Why? That is rank.
Okay.
Then we also have got an angel that only have got the face of a lion only.
Right.
This angel has got 4 faces because it is a cherubim. But there are angels that only have got a face of a lion, and their body could be, it would be a body of a leopard, and it would be having the feet of a man. You understand?
All right.
And we also have got angels that only have got the face of an eagle.
Right.
You understand? The angel, it only has got one face. It does not have 4 faces. It has got a face of an eagle, and a body of a lion, and maybe the feet of a leopard.
That's it.
These are angels and their descriptions. You understand? And we also have got angels that have got the face of a leopard. These faces, they are given these faces and the tailor making of their body according to their description and their functionality.
Right.
You understand? So the angel that has got the face of a leopard, he has got a different assignment or functionality, different than the angel that has got the face of a lion. So there are angels who have got the face of a man and with the body of a lion and with the feet of a leopard. Because it has got a designated assignment that is supposed to fulfill. You understand?
Yes.
Go to the book of Revelation,
Go to the book of Revelation.
chapter 4,
The book of Revelation, chapter
verse 1.
4. I will read from the book of Revelation, chapter 4, from verse number 1. It reads, After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet talking to me,
Right.
or talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter. Chapter 4, verse number 4. It reads, And round about the throne were 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold.
Verse 7.
I jump on to verse number 7, same chapter. And the first beast was like a lion.
So these angelic beings, they are called, some of them are called beasts. You understand? So the way how angels were created, they are different from men. We have got angelic beings called beasts or creatures. You understand? They are different from men.
And the second beast like a calf.
Mhm.
And the third beast had a face as a man.
Mhm.
And the fourth beast was like a flying eagle.
Mhm.
Should I proceed?
Proceed.
Verse number 8. And the fourth beast had each of them 6 wings about him.
So these four beasts, they had 6 wings.
And they were full of eyes within.
Full of eyes within.
And they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, which was, and is to come.
So they are angelic beings, men of God, they are called the beasts. Some, they've got the face of an eagle, as I have articulated earlier.
Yes.
You understand? So here you can meet an angel, those who can meet angels, or when you have the chance to go to heaven.
Right.
You see an angel with the face of an eagle.
That's right.
You understand? Having the face of an eagle, it will be having the body of a lion, the body part. And the feet will be the feet of a calf. Because of the functionality it is created for. So angels, some of them, they are called beasts, according to their creation. Right? Go to the book of Job.
The book of Job. Go to the book.
Chapter 38, start from verse 31.
38 from verse 31. I'll read the book of Job, chapter 38 from verse number 31. It reads, Canst thou bind the sweet influences of place,
It's Job who was contending with God. It was a contention between God and Job.
or loose the bands of Orion?
Right? Can you what?
Canst thou bind the sweet influences of place?
As these are fallen angels. Can you bind the word God in a vision?
Can you bind the beautiful Pleiades? Can you loose the coals of Orion?
Yeah. So these are fallen angels. Can you bind the what?
I will read again. Can you bind the beautiful Pleiades?
Can you bind the beautiful Pleiades?
Can you loose the coals of Orion?
Can you loose the coals? These are chains of Orion. These are creatures, angelic beings that rebelled against God.
Right.
That fell from their from the heavenly abode. That fell from their creation, from their purpose.
Right.
So God is asking Job, can you bind the beautiful Pleiades
Right.
and loose the chains of Orion? You understand? These are angels of power. They were angels of war. Why?
I will proceed to verse number 32. Can thou bring forth Mazzaroth in his season?
And can you bring Mazzaroth in his season?
Yes. Or can thou guide Anchuras with his sons?
These are fallen angels. Mazzaroth, Anchuras.
Actually.
Can you bring them in what? In his season? These are angels of power. They are very, very tall. And some of them, they got the head of a fish. Right? Go ahead.
Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven?
Do you know the ordinance of heaven?
Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth?
Right? Job chapter 41.
Go to Job chapter 41, verse number 1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan
Leviathan is a fallen angel who looks like a crocodile.
with an hook?
You see now? So they are angelic beings that have got the face of a crocodile. Why? Because of their nature and what they are supposed to execute on earth.
Canst thou put an hook into his nose,
Can you hook the nose of Leviathan?
or bow his jaw through with a thorn?
You understand? So this is an angelic being. So at creation, when God was creating this beast or this creature, He created this as a crocodile. So when you see a crocodile, man of God, there is an original crocodile
That's what.
in the everlasting realm, in the spiritual realm, who is an angelic being. So there is an angelic being who is a crocodile. He's an angel. But this one, Leviathan, now, he fell down from his purpose. So when he fell down, God went straight away and he put a hook so that he would not destroy the earth. So these angels you are reading in the book of Job, they are fallen angels that when they fell down from their purpose and from their intended purpose, God followed them. Why did God follow these angels? Because they are dangerous than Lucifer. These angels that fell down, that God was telling Job, the likes of Mazzaroth, Blades, right? It was under the Mazzaroth. Right? So when they fell down, God had to follow them and he had to arrest these angels. Because they were angels for some of them. So they would cause the pandemonium on earth. They would destroy the earth just at the pointing of their finger. So God had to follow them and put them, especially in Leviathan's mouth. Read.
Job chapter 41.
Yeah.
Verse number.
Verse 1.
We're in verse number 1.
Yeah.
41. Chapter 41, verse number 1.
Verse 2 now.
Verse 2 now. Can you tie it with a rope through the nose or pierce its jaws with a spike?
This was God that was now piercing and putting a hook on Leviathan. He's a fallen angel.
Right. Will it beg you for mercy or implore you for pity?
So when God arrested it, when he pierced it, Leviathan now, he begged for mercy. And he begged for mercy. And entered a covenant with God.
Will it agree to wait for you?
You understand?
Can you make it be your slave for life?
Yeah. So God made Leviathan a slave. Though he's in the opposite side now, but he made this angelic being to work for God.
Can you make it a pet like a bat? Or give it to your little girls to play with?
He made it useless to the earth. You understand? So he made Leviathan useless. Like a pet. Or to give it to a girl to play or children to play.
Will merchants try to buy it? Will they sell it in their shops?
So the demons like Behemoth, there's an angelic, sorry, not a demon. There are angels called Behemoth. Those are fallen angels. God tied them, he put a hook, arrested them, he pierced them, so that they will not give earth the restless nights. Because they are dangerous than the devil. You understand? So there are angelic beings that were created like dragons. Like Behemoth is a dragon. Leviathan is a dragon. Mazzaroth is a dragon. So they are big creatures. Some of them, they've got the faces of a crocodile with the body of an elephant.
Right.
Or you understand? Some have got the face of an eagle with the body of a cheetah. The cheetah you see today in this earth realm, according to Romans chapter 1, verse 20, it resembles a cheetah in the realms of the spirit. Angelic beings. You understand? So all the animals you see in the natural realm, they resemble animals in the spiritual realm. Sorry, they resemble creatures in the spiritual realm. You understand? So every animal you see today, there is an angelic being. In the everlasting world, in the spiritual realm.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
So things that God created in the everlasting realm, they are called angelic beings. You understand?
Yes.
So an angelic being, man of God, is not an angel that you see that comes to minister with you. They are creatures that don't visit men. You understand? They are animals in the everlasting world, in the spiritual realm. Those animals that are called angelic beings. Meaning to say, there is a giraffe in the spiritual realm. There is a cheetah in the spiritual realm. There is an elephant in the spiritual realm. There is a tiger in the spiritual realm. You can be surprised that there are angels the face of a snake. It is not the devil that created the snake, but he used the snake. So there is actually an angelic being with the face of a snake.
All right, that's right.
You understand?
Yes.
Maybe with the body of a leopard. Because there are a lot of activities in the spiritual realm. And God created all this for his own purpose. So a snake in the spiritual realm is an angelic being. You understand? So angels, they are all serving God. There is a tortoise, and it's an angelic being in the heavenly realms, and they are serving God.
So prophet of God, for the sake of our viewers out there, many people, during the night, as I was sleeping, I had a dream. And in that dream, I saw a lion coming towards me, rolling towards me. I saw a snake trying to attack me.
I saw a giraffe.
I saw a giraffe.
I saw a leopard.
Yes.
I dreamt ants.
You see now.
I dreamt bees.
Yes, you see now. So people now they end up having a problem of interpretation, interpreting those dreams. So as you were elaborating to me now concerning this issue of the angelic beings, you see, something came up into my spirit, concerning the issue of dreams. So now, this is the issue that pertains the interpretation of dreams.
Right? In other words, so when people dream bees,
Yes.
when people dream elephants, chasing them,
Yes.
when people dream snakes chasing them, when people dream leopards or any kind of animals, maybe you dream a tortoise,
Yes.
or an impala, or any kind of an animal you can dream of. These are angelic beings that rebelled against God. You understand? Some of them, they are angelic beings if you are dreaming in this an evil dream. You understand? When you dream lions, when you dream bear, you understand? When you dream a hyena, when you are dreaming an evil dream, those are angelic beings that rebelled against God, that are in the kingdom of the devil. So they come in the form of a hyena, they come in the form of a lion, they come in the form of a leopard, they come in the form of an eagle, they come in the form of a Gora in English. What is its name?
Those hyenas.
I mean, that bird called Gora. A vulture. You understand? They come in different. Why? These are angelic beings you are dreaming that are in the spiritual realm.
Meaning to say, these are bad dreams.
Yes, these are bad. But those elephants, those animals you're dreaming, they are actual angels. They are now evil angels that rebelled against God. Now I'm breaking it down to everybody's understanding how the dream world works.
Yes, that's true.
So when you dream animals and things in your dreamland, those are angelic beings. If they are evil dreams, that rebelled against God. But let me break it down as we conclude this broadcast, man of God.
Right.
In church or at crusades, when genuine men of God or when people they are casting demons, you understand? Well, if you ever men of God casted a demon, whereby when you cast a demon, it will be like in the nature, it starts to, like
just like it starts to react just like the characteristics of a crocodile or a snake.
You understand? If you ever casted a demon that it starts to manifest like a crocodile, like a snake, it will be doing like a demon, like this, like a hyena, or a demon that will be rolling again. Those are features of the fallen angels.
All right.
Is it making sense?
Yeah, it's not making sense.
You understand?
Yeah.
So this is how God created the angelic beings. Everything in the spiritual realm is an angelic being.
All right.
So some demons, they manifest like a tortoise. In any kind of animal. Because when God were creating these angelic beings, they were created in the animal feature. That is why you saw those a cherub has got a face of a lion. They are cherubims, men of God, that rebelled against God.
Right.
They are angelic beings with the face of a snake. That is why people they tell you that I've dreamed a snake. Why? You dreamt an angelic being in the evil side. It appeared to you to steal your stars in life. So when you pray for people in church, they manifest like a hyena. They manifest like a leopard. Some they roll like a lion. Some they start to do like a bird. It's an angelic being that fell from glory.
That was assigned to torment.
You understand?
Human beings.
So now a person will be manifesting like a snake. Why? Because the person, I remember I told you that a demon is a half human and half an angel. You understand? So being a half an angel, that half spirit of an angel can be a crocodile. You understand?
Yeah.
So we have got angelic beings that were created like with the head of a dove.
Right.
And with the body of a leopard. We've got that. That is why you see people, they say, I've dreamt an animal that I did not understand. It had a head of a cat. But when I looked at this body, it had got a body of like it was like a bird. You understand? This is how angels were created. Angels were created, some of them with the head of a snake and with the legs of a calf. Or with the legs of a what? Of a tortoise. So that is why when you are casting out demons, they start to manifest in animal creatures. Why? Because angels, they were created as creatures, as beasts.
All right. Thank you so much, Prophet of God. This is something else. I tell you, what a revelation. You know, some of these things you start to understand better as far as they've been explained at our best level. So today, viewers all over the world, you have heard it for yourselves. The angels and their definitions. So today, I would like to thank the Prophet of God for this kind of revelation. I tell you, as for me, I'm blessed. And also, I hope and believe your life has been transformed. And I'm telling you, this kind of information has just given you another level of better understanding. Thank you so much for being with us today. And may the Lord continue to bless you. May the Lord continue to add more grace upon your lives. Till next time, I am Apostle Blues. God bless and shalom.
You are watching a live broadcast by Papa Malove. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page Papa Malove the Great, so that you can have a great encounter every day. If you want to have a one-on-one prophetic session encounter with the Prophet, call and text the office line on the numbers showing on the screen and register today. Your life will never be the same again. Welcome back and stay tuned.